This is session 2, part 2.
Makes sense? Okay, what's else on the list?
All right, well, okay.
I think we've covered most of those things on the
Yes,
proper
we're
or
afraid
wrong
of
attitude.
Our emotions. We involve others in feeling our emotions with us, and we've talked about that a bit,
haven't we? Involving others. And that example of your own Philippa and Catherine, that's a good example of how we involve others. You know, it's like a great example of what we do when we don't want to feel our own emotions is we try to tie in everybody else into the emotion, you know, and that way we feel somehow validated by not having to feel our own emotions somehow. Yep. And it's quite a damaging thing to ourselves and others. So we involve others. And also by involving others, as we pointed out, we finish up taking a long time to do something when it could have been just a little time to do something when it comes to our emotions, yeah? So we need to see that. So that's our wrong attitude. So let's just, okay, what's the right attitude then?
We've already touched on lots of these.
We've touched on the rights of them. We've compared already. So you should already have a bit of an idea of what the right attitude is for a lot of these things. Any ideas? Eloisa?
Fully feel all of your emotions in the moment when they come up.
Yes, but what causes you to have the right attitude about that?
I want to love.
So, yes, so a desire to feel,
Yep.
yeah, a desire to love. To the most loving thing is for me to feel everything I feel, rather than making someone else responsible for what I feel. That's the most loving thing. Yep. Anything else you think of? If we come across to...
The desire to know the truth about...
Great, yeah, truth, yeah. But what if you have a feeling that you don't want to know? What would you do then? You'd feel it. I don't want to know the truth.
Yeah. It's like I was thinking before, like how many of us, including me, I'm a fear of attack, and I placate to fear of attack. It's not the attack that I fear, because that's not an emotion. It's my response to that attack that's not permanent. They can attack me for the rest of my life, which is the permanent.
Correct.
But
well, it's not even permanent either, to be honest. I've been attacked by and murdered by people that now love me.
Yeah.
So.
But I viewed that as that's never going to end, as opposed to how I feel inside my own skin about that. That's the
false belief that you also need to feel.
Yeah. But I've got to be open to hearing that before I desire to feel.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Teresa?
Desire for clarity and to know what's real.
Yeah, but what if you don't desire that?
I think to work out why I don't want to know that.
Yeah, feel you don't want to know it.
Yeah.
First, you need to feel you don't want to know. So you see, what I see a lot of people trying to do is they try to feel an emotion that is not the real emotion they actually feel. So many times you're trying to feel an emotion that is not the real emotion. So, you know, I've got to develop a desire to feel. No, you've got to develop a desire to see what you really feel right now about feeling. You see?
Yeah, sorry, it sounds good.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
Is it all gone?
I just think for a minute. For a moment.
My battery's still good. Battery's still good. No?
I missed what you said, sorry.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah. When you, you've got to feel the emotion that's there. Yeah. So if you don't have a desire for the truth, then feel that you don't have a desire for the truth. If you feel you don't have a desire to feel, then feel that you don't have a desire to feel. You don't want to feel. I don't want to feel, you know, feel that. Yeah. Feel the feeling that's there. Stop telling yourself that that's not a good feeling to feel, so I'm going to try to have a desire when the real feeling underneath me is that I don't have one. Does that make sense? So this is what I see a lot of people doing with their emotion. They go, here's the real emotion, and I don't want to feel that one. But here's the emotion that I know I should feel. So this is the should. That's what then we use the word try to feel. Now, do you know what will happen? Once we feel the real emotion, there is no should or try generally. We don't have to try, and we don't have to think about what we should do. We automatically do it. So isn't it pointless doing the should and the try? So, like, do you need to do, what's the right attitude to your emotion? Is desire to feel the right attitude to your emotion? Is it? What if the emotion is that you don't want to feel? Yeah, so isn't it more a desire to feel the truth of the emotion rather than just a desire to feel an emotion, developing a desire to feel an emotion? Because you might not have a desire to feel emotion. In fact, the very thing you might feel is that I have no desire to feel emotion. I don't want to feel any emotion. I'm sick and tired of being told I have to feel some emotion. I don't want to get closer to God. I'm tired of the idea that I have to get closer to God. I don't want to hear this anymore. Can I please walk out of this room? Thank you. Yes. And that's what you want to feel. Does that make sense? So feel it. See, when you feel it, it gets out of you. Without feeling it, it stays in you, and you're trying to be here when you're not really here. Do you see that? And this is where most of us make the mistake. We look at all the things we should be doing, right? And the right attitude to emotion is, no, just feel what's there right now. Be real about what's there right now. Not the thing you hope's there now, or the thing that should be there right now because Daddy said so. Oh, no, that's right, it's AJ said so. Stop replacing Daddy with AJ. Or God said you should do it, so you should do it. Do you think God's up there going, yes, I said you should do it, so you should do it? No, God's going up there saying, look, I designed you to do it this way, but you can do whatever you want. Right? So even God's not going to punish you for not doing it. And to be honest with you, aren't you already getting punished enough by the law, which is the result of you butting your head against the brick wall of God's laws? Doesn't that hurt enough already to get you to stop doing it the wrong way? And if it doesn't, then maybe you need to butt your head against a few more walls first to find out whether that's right or not. Do you see, the right attitude is really feel what is there right now. Be honest about it. Stop trying to tell yourself it's something different than it really is. Because honestly, if you keep doing that, you will never get over any emotions. Because it will just be should try, should try, should try, should try, I've got to try, got to do this, this is the right thing to do, so I have to do it. No, do you want to do it? The only time real change is going to occur in your life is if you want to do it. Right? So if you don't want to do it, feel that you don't want to do it, because that will release the feeling that you don't want to. Does it?
Yes.
Do you get that?
Yeah.
Right? It'll release the feeling you don't want to. And once you've released the feeling you don't want to, then who knows, underneath that what might be there, you might have a feeling you do want to after that. But you don't know unless you release the feeling that you don't want to. So when something bad happens, and you go, I don't want to be loving right now. I want to go and just bop the person in the nose right now. That's what I want to do. Now, you don't have to act upon that, but you can feel that. That's what you want. You go out and feel that and feel the frustration. And after that emotion goes out of you, then you'll feel some of the fear that they triggered. And you go, oh, wow, the reason why I feel that. Oh, and then all of a sudden you're afraid, maybe they just think I'm bad, or whatever it is that you're feeling that you've been trying to prevent through the rage. And you feel that. And then after you feel some of that, it might be a day later, you'll just go cry, 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 because the way Mum and Dad treated me in that situation was this way and it just hurt, and you cry about that and then it's all gone. But it wouldn't have even begun if you didn't honour the first feeling, which is, I didn't want to. Yeah?